Ladders are a socially acceptable way to reach a room.
Have you news for me, Altair?
Garnier Denaplus is dead.
Excellent. We could not have hoped for a more agreeable outcome.
And yet,
What is it?
the doctor insisted his work was noble. And looking back, those who were supposedly his captives seemed grateful to the man. Not all of them, but enough to make me wonder. How did he manage to turn enemy into friend?
Kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz.
Have you news for me, Altair?
Garnier Denaplus is dead.
Excellent. We could not have hoped for a more agreeable outcome.
And yet,
What is it?
the doctor insisted his work was noble. And looking back, those who were supposedly his captives seemed grateful to the man. Not all of them, but enough to make me wonder. How did he manage to turn enemy into friend?
Leaders will always find ways to make others obey them. And that is what makes them leaders. When words fail, they turn to coin. When that won't do, they resort to baser things. Bribes, threats, and other types of trickery. There are plans, Altair. Herbs from distant lands that can cause a man to take leave of his senses. So great are the pleasures it brings, men may even become enslaved by it.
You think these men were drugged then? Poisoned?
Yes, if it truly was as you describe it.
Herbs. This seems a strange method of control.
Our enemies have accused me of the same.
The promise of paradise.
They think it is a garden, overflowing with women and pleasure. That I drug you as Garnier did his men, and tempt you with his rewards.
They do not know the truth of it.
Which is how it must be.
But if they knew the truth of it, that all we seek is peace,
then they would not fear us, and we would have no hold over them. Go. It is time you continued with your work. Another rank is restored to you, as is a piece of your equipment. We'll speak again when the next has fallen.
Altair, it seems my students do not fully understand what it is to wield a blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know. You must be busy. I understand. It takes time. I wonder where he's off. He must be late for something.
What's he doing? Why is he in such a hurry?
That man seems to be in a hurry.
Climb tall structures to gain a bird's eye view of the
Yarussalem'e gitmemiz gerekiyor. Yarussalem.
He's going to run.
this man! You won't get away from me!
That was not very nice.
Don't let him get away! I'll take you down! Kime boyun eğmek istiyorsun?
Osman'ın askeri affetmez. Askeri affetmez. Osman'ın tüm bebekliğini yok çekiyor. Askeri şunu affedeceğim. Kaçıyor sana.
When you are exposed, use sharp turns.
I could have been killed. Be more careful, I beg of you. You didn't have to do that, now did you? You can't just do that anytime you like.
Bakalım bilebilecek miyiz?
You've no reason to stand here, leave. We can do whatever we wish. Don't hurt me, please!
Ich himmel.
I've done nothing wrong! Why are you like this?
He's not the last of them. I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it, indeed.
Öndeki ağaçlarla girebiliriz.
He'll hurt someone at that speed.
Hacı.
Understands your pain. What you lack, he will provide. All that is asked is an honest day's work. A small sacrifice for great rewards. You need no longer go without. Any man willing to work can have his due. Come, speak with me. Let me tell you what Talal can offer. The comforts of a fine life can be yours.
When he does, I won't
Who
help.
knows what the future holds? What tragedies tomorrow may bring? Defend against an uncertain future. Protect the ones you love. Work hard and you will be rewarded. Talal provides. These are troubled times in which we live. Food is scarce, money tight, but it need not be this way. There are opportunities for those with the courage. Understands your pain. What you lack, he will provide. All that is asked is an honest day's work. A small sacrifice for great reward.
Just a few
These
coins.
are troubled times in which we live. Food is scarce, money tight, but it need not be this way.
Please,
There are
can't you spare
opportunities
something?
for those
I'm poor
with the
and
courage to
and
seize them.
hungry. Please, sir, have any money?
You need no longer go without. Any man willing to work can have his due. Come, speak with me. Let me tell you what Talal can offer. The comforts of a fine life can be yours. Who knows what the future holds? What tragedies tomorrow may bring? Defend against an uncertain future. Protect the ones you love. Work hard and you will be rewarded. Talal provides.
Bu arkadaşı yumruklamamız gerekiyor. Askerlerin olmadığı bir yerde yumruklamak daha iyi olur.
How can one expect you to beat me? This won't be too difficult.
Of, geri zekalılar nereden çıktı ya?
I have nothing to say to you.
Speak to me or speak to God. It's your choice.
You won't stop the work he does. Cannot stop it.
Stop what? What work?
He prepares them for the journey.
Journey where?
They are held in his warehouse. And when the time comes, they are sent to Akka.
Where is this warehouse? And why Akka?
Talal tells me what I need to know. Nothing more. It is safer that way.
For him, perhaps. Though not, I fear, for you.
Evet. Bir evden bahsetti. Ayrılmamız gerekiyor.
What is it? Anyone?
Uğra ben var.
Kime buyuruyorsun? Yes, I will catch you. Seni gözüm kapalı geliyor. Geber kafir!
I only wish my sons were half as brave as you. I'll see to it that they bear this tale and know what it is to be a true hero.
What is that man thinking?
I've done nothing wrong.
I wonder if anyone really surprised me there.
I don't understand. I have nothing. Oh dear. What is he doing? Let me go.
Dirty thief! I'll have your hand for that! You dare steal my treasure? That will cost you your life! Die, thief! Die, thief! Die, thief! Your presence annoys me.
Why are you doing this to me? I've done nothing wrong.
You've no reason to stand here. Leave.
A few coins. All I ask is for a few coins.
He has found the strength to stand in defense of our great civilization.
You are not allowed to be here. Leave.
It is our very existence we are fighting for.
Look.
The infidel king would see us all wiped from the world. We must resist. We must push back.
You are filth!
What have I done wrong?
First comes the English king and his infidel army. They leave horrors in their wake. Al-Hadin rides to meet him, that these barbarous acts might be avenged. Pray that God, glorious and exalted is he, finds favor with us, that he may grant us victory. I stand before you to deliver a warning. Should Richard take Jaffa, there will be no resistance. We will march on Jerusalem next. We must end this before it has a chance to begin. Waiting! He tempts us always! These strong like Salahadin! Take up arms against our enemies in whatever way you can!
My family is sick and dying. You there! Yes, you! Would you spare a few tears?
Such a strange man.
Safety and peace, Malik.
Your presence here deprives me of both. What do you want?
Al-Muallim has asked...
Asked that you perform some menial task in an effort to redeem yourself. So be out with it.
Tell me what you can about the one they call Talal.
It is your duty to locate and assassinate the man, Altair, not mine.
You do well to assist me. His death benefits the entire land.
Do you deny his death benefits you as well?
Such things do not concern you.
Your actions very much concern me.
Then don't help me. I'll find him myself.
Wait. It won't do having you stumble about the city like a blind man. Better you know where to begin your search.
I'm listening.
I can think of 3 places. South of here in the markets that line the border between the Muslim and Jewish districts. To the north near the mosque of this district, and east in front of St. Anne's Church. Close to the Babariha gate.
Is that everything?
It's enough to get you started, and more than you deserve.
Görev yapmamız gerekiyor.
someone. He is going to hurt himself. When he does, what's got into it?
If the guards won't take action, it falls to us to do something.
What you propose is madness.
But necessary. How many more will we allow to go missing before the people take a stand?
It does not affect us.
Not yet. But if we continue to do nothing, it will.
And what do you propose?
I've watched the man. Learned everything there is to know about his operation. It's all here on a map I've made. He inspects his stock every day at the same time. This is when I'll strike.
So you have a piece of paper. It won't save you when you're discovered. It won't shield you from their swords and arrows.
If all goes well, it won't come to that. Anyway, it's a risk I'll have to take. Wish me luck, my friend.
Indeed, you'll need it.
Go pester someone else.
What is that man doing? Ah! What's going on?
First the Christian king and his army of infidels! They go against the will of God! You must be made to pay! Everywhere they ride, they see everything like a child in their wake. They say it is a crusade! A crusade for what? Ignorance?
Malik.
Come to waste more of my time?
I've found Talal. I'm ready to begin my mission.
That is for me to decide.
Very well. Here's what I know. He traffics in human lives, kidnapping Jerusalem citizens and selling them into slavery. His base is a warehouse located inside the Barbican, north of here. As we speak, he prepares a caravan for travel. I'll strike while he's inspecting his stock. If I can avoid his men, Talal himself should prove little challenge.
Little challenge? Listen to you. Such arrogance.
Are we finished? Are you satisfied with what I've learned?
No. But it will have to do. Rest, prepare, cry in the corner. Do whatever it is you do before a mission. Only make sure you do it quietly.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Ne görev var? Şunu nereye gidiyor?
Look, what is he doing? What is that man thinking?
Want something? What is it that you want?
I'll have your head! Give up! You've nowhere to run! What are you doing now? Move! Yeah, I hear. Your life here now. This the guy. He won't get away. Should Richard take Jaffa, there will be no stopping him. He will march on Jerusalem next. We must end this before it has a chance to begin. That city is ours, has always been ours. And it is our duty to defend it until death. The Crusaders must be destroyed.
It's forbidden
Now
for you
comes
to
the English king and his infidel army.
Leave, peasant,
They leave
or I make
horrors in their wake.
He's going to hurt himself.
Al-Hadid rides to meet him.
won't help him.
That these barbarous acts might be avenged. Pray that God, glorious and exalted in deeds, finds favor with us. He makes threats of victory. Fire the war, consume the land. What the good out of his mind is a tragedy. But I say, what you need, I'm sure of it.
Leave now and I'll let you leave.
It's hırsız. Gebereceksin.
Oh my. Let go of me. I've got
I'll have your hand for that.
You shouldn't be here. Be gone.
It's forbidden for you to be here.
I will catch you! You hide like a rat! There! Come quickly! Don't let him get away! Hey! You look...
Ne istiyorsun?
You are not supposed to be here. Leave. Leave now.
Be wary, friends. The Shaitan is everywhere. Watching, waiting. He tempts us always. Be strong like Salahadin, and take up arms against our enemies in whatever way you can.
Dirty thief! I'll have your hand for that!
War consumed the land, and thousands of lives are lost in its defense. It seems a tragedy, but I say this is an honor. Die in service to God, fighting for what we believe in. There is no greater glory than this.
Thief! You are filth!
Now comes the English king and his...
What now, slaver?
Do not call me that. I only wish to help them, as I myself was helped.
You do no kindness imprisoning them like this.
Imprisoning them? I keep them safe, preparing them for the journey that lies ahead.
What journey? It is a life of servitude.
You know nothing. It was folly to even bring you here. To think that you might see and understand.
I understand well enough. Show yourself.
Help me! Save me! So you want to see the man who called you here?
You did not call me here. I came on my own.
Did you? Who unbarred the door? Cleared the path? Did you once raise your blade against a single man of mine, huh? No. All this I did for you. Step into the light, then, and I will grant you one final favor.
Okçuyu kırdı. Bence okçuyu almamalı.
Now I stand before you. What is it you desire?
Come down here. Let us settle this with honor.
Why must it always come to violence? It seems I cannot help you, for you do not wish to help yourself. And I cannot allow my work to be threatened. You leave me no choice. You must die. This will teach you not to trespass.
Infinite, but how still against God is on our
What's wrong with you? Keep him away from me!
Nereye gitti o ya?
Away with you! Away!
You will not get away from me!
Justice!
You've nowhere to run now. Share your secrets with me.
My part is plain. The Brotherhood is not so weak that my death will stop its work.
What Brotherhood?
Al-Mualim is not the only one with designs upon the Holy Land. And that's all you'll have from me.
Then we are finished. Beg forgiveness from your god.
He's long abandoned us. Long abandoned the men and women I took into my arms.
What do you mean?
Beggars, whores, addicts, lepers. Do they strike you as proper slaves? Unfit for even the most menial tasks? No. I took them not to sell, but to save. And yet you'd kill us all. For no other reason than it was asked of you.
No. You profit from the war. From lives lost and broken.
Yes, you would think that, ignorant as you are. Wall off your mind, eh? They say it's what your kind do best. Do you see the irony in all this? No, not yet, it seems. But you will.
Altair! Wonderful to see you return to us. And how fared the mission?
The deed is done. Talal is dead.
Oh, I know. In fact, the entire city knows! Have you forgotten the meaning of subtlety?
A skilled assassin ensures his work is noticed by the many.
No! A skilled assassin maintains control of his environment.
We can argue the details all you'd like, Malik, but the fact remains I've accomplished the task set to me by Al-Muallim.
Go then. Return to the old man. Let us see with whom he sides.
You and I are on the same side, Malik.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Damn it! What's the problem now?
I'm getting weird temperature readings. I think the Animus is overheating.
Christ, it's always something! How long?
Too soon to tell.
These delays are unacceptable, Miss Stillman. I want progress reports every hour.
It's gonna be a while, Desmond. Why don't you go lie down or something? Get some rest.
Dinlememiz gerektiğini söyledi.
What the hell? Someone's been in here. Looks like some kind of access code.
Rise and shine. We've got quite a day ahead of us.
You're in a good mood this morning.
Miss Stillman has made some modifications to the Animus. You should be able to remain inside even longer now.
And help you with your treasure hunt.
This is serious business, Mr. Miles. I don't think you fully appreciate the work that Abstergo does.
Maybe because I don't actually know what you people do.
We change the world. Every day, in 100 different ways. Did you know that nearly every single breakthrough of the past millennia, be it medical, mechanical, or philosophical, has come from Abstergo or its predecessors?
That's a bold claim, Doc. Think you might be exaggerating a bit?
Not in the slightest. Oh, we certainly don't take the credit. That would arouse far too much suspicion. We choose our beneficiaries with great care.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? It means we're in control.
But how? What makes you guys so special, so smart? That you happen to invent all these things while us mere mortals stumble around like idiots?
To be fair, we don't invent them. We find them.
Find them?
They're gifts, Mr. Miles. From those who came before. We'll have to continue this discussion later. Time's wasting.
Morning, Desmond.
Yeah. Hi.
Should you enter a fistfight, guards will not interfere. Drawing a weapon will turn them hostile.
Come in, Altair. You've done well. 3 of the 9 lay dead, and for this you have my thanks. But do not think to rest upon your laurels. Your work has just begun.
I am yours to command, Master.
King Richard, emboldened by his victory at Acre, prepares to move south towards Jerusalem. Salah-ad-Din is surely aware of this, and so he gathers his men before the broken citadel of Arsuf.
Would you have me kill them both, then? End their war before it begins in earnest?
No. To do so would scatter their forces and subject the realm to the bloodlust of 10,000 aimless warriors. It will be many days before they meet, and while they march, they do not fight. You must concern yourself with a more immediate threat. The men who pretend to govern in their absence.
Give me names and I'll give you blood.
So I will. Abun Nukud, the wealthiest man in Damas. Majduddin, regent of Jerusalem. William of Montferrat, liege lord of Acre.
What are their crimes?
Greed, arrogance, the slaughter of innocents. Walk amongst the people of their cities. You'll learn the secrets of their sins. Do not doubt that these men are obstacles to the peace we seek.
Then they will die.
Another of your items is restored. Take it. See that it is put to good use. Return to me as each man falls, that we might better understand their intentions. And Altair, take care. Your recent work has likely attracted the attention of the city guard. They'll be more suspicious than they've been in the past.
Altair, it seems my students do not fully understand what it is to wield the blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know. Perfect. Of a master. That, my students, is how we all should fight. You must be busy. I understand.
Use throwing knives to deal with distant enemies.
You are filth!
Altair, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Whose life do you come to collect today?
His name is Abu Naku. What can you tell me about him?
Oh, the merchant king of Damas. Richest man in the city. Quite exciting, quite dangerous. I envy you, Altair. Well, not the bit where you were beaten and stripped of your rank, but I envy everything else. Oh, except for the terrible things the other assassins say about you. But yes, aside from the failure and the hatred, yes, aside from those things, I envy you very much.
I do not care what the others think or say. I'm here to do a job. So I ask again, what can you tell me about the Merchant King?
Only that he must be a very bad man if Al-Mualim has sent you to see him. He keeps to his own kind, wrapped in the finery of the city's noble district. Busy man, always up to something. I'm sure if you spend some time amongst his type, you'll learn all you need to know about him.
And where would you have me begin my search?
If I were you, I'd start with the Umayyad Mosque and Souk Saruja, both of which are west of here. Further to the northwest is Salahaddin Citadel. It's a popular meeting spot and has proved a reliable source of loose tongues in the past. Yes, these three places should serve your needs.
My thanks for your guidance, Rafiq. I'll return when I've gathered the necessary information.
Someone should stop this before he hurts himself.
Listen here, citizens. If you're tired of shoddy goods, then
Why is he doing that?
my merchandise is without fear.
You have no business here. Leave.
you